All right, welcome back to Drunk Wax Era. It's been a little bit since I've been out. Uh, we'll just get right into it. I wanted to do some Chronicles blasters. I had 5 left. They are Chronicles draft picks, 2021 NFL. Uh, Today I'm drinking Natural Light. Uh, but what's actually cool about it is it's a limited edition Natural Fright. It's the same beer, just spooky. So typical. I'm only having one kind of abnormal, and the rest are in my little chugathon with some limes because I'm classy. Um, anyway, been out for a little bit. I did go down to Birmingham, Alabama to go see Furnace Fest. So if you like that kind of music, it was all over the place, but pretty much rock, I guess, would cover most of it. It had metal, hardcore, some punk pop and whatnot, and finally got to hang out with one of the guys that I've been friends with. I actually met on Xbox about 14 years ago. The three of us. So one buddy, Ace, a little shout out to you. I had met before, and then Nick was playing at Furnace Fest. Just again met for the first time, but been playing for 14 years. So we got to hang out and have a little bit of a party. And then when I got back, got a cold from my son, and I didn't want to ruin my my Xbox Live 2008 Voice of the Year uh, reputation that I have with all of you. But anyway, let's get this started. I'm going to start off with, I've pre-opened the plastic, but obviously not done the packs. Glad to be back. I've seen quite a few videos, you guys doing some nice stuff. At some point, I'm probably going to talk about Baker Mayfield's injury, since he has exactly what I had surgery for 2 years ago. Anyone that thinks you can throw, a torn labrum is fine until I'm going to open all of these, and then we'll just go through all of them at the same time. But anyone that thinks you can, just because you have a torn labrum on the opposite side, you can throw just as well, has never had a torn labrum. So when I had mine, I would wake up in the middle of the night, if I even slightly rolled on it, and be up for a couple hours. It was awful. I do bowl. It was something I did in high school to keep my arm fresh for baseball. And I'll be totally honest, I went from a 209 average down to like a 165 because every time I went to bowl, I'd put my left arm out, which obviously I'm not using since I'm right-handed. Put my left arm out, it would hurt, and I would yank to the left to protect it and could not throw straight for the life of me. So totally feel for Baker. Hopefully he can figure it out. It sounds like he's wearing a harness, and it's just an awful experience having a torn labrum. If you are an athletic person and you use your arms a lot, especially swinging it around, it is painful. And I actually tucked my left arm in my shirt. I had a button-down shirt for work. I would tuck my left hand in my shirt pretty consistently all day long because of that, because it's so freaking awful and just annoying, and it just aches all day long. So give Baker a little room. I'm actually impressed that he's playing. I could barely type on a computer when I had that. So big balls to Baker. Thank you. So Chronicles I've liked pretty much. They stick to the rookies, and I've been getting pretty good hits. I opened some not on camera, and I apologize. So Kenneth Gainwell, Kyle Trask. These pinks are, I believe you get 3 per blaster. So you'll notice those. Javonte Williams, Azeez Ojulari, Rashad Bateman, Trey Lance, that's pretty nice. Kadarius Toney, Elijah Moore, Rashad Bateman, Mac Jones, that's pretty sick. Oh, looks like we had an upside down pack. Terrace Marshall, another sleeper. Elijah Moore, Justin Fields, go Buckeyes. Trey Lance. Oh, there's a silver prism of Javian Hawkins. And what's cool is in these is the field level, or the field level look is what you get of the select cards in this. Zach Wilson looked much better the last game. Rashad Bateman again. Chuba Hubbard. I like to call him Chuba Hubbard because I get a Chuba when I watch him run. Also on my fantasy team. Jalen Waddle, and there's another pink. A nice Rashad Bateman. And so I will say this. Of most of the Panini draft picks cards, Prizm and whatnot, that I've been getting, the centering is god-awful. It looks like a blind man was cutting them. These Chronicles seem to be pretty well centered. Hopefully I'm giving you a good enough look at that. They're pretty nice. Very nice, actually. So that's the first stack. Get those out of the way. As you know, I do not like to... unless it's a big-time money card, I will not penny sleeve on camera. Or, I'll do it for sarcasm. Because I'm a jerk. Deep down, I'm a jerk. If you know me, you know I am. I'm just kidding. I'm not too much of a jerk. Only if you spend a lot of time with me will you ever see the jerk side. Ooh, little Trevor Lawrence. Foreshadowing, if you will. So what else is nice is there's, 20 cards in a box. They all come out pretty easily. And again, there's really no garbage in these. Like so many of the other ones, contenders and whatnot, there's just garbage throughout. So Kyle Pitts, Hubbard again, Rondale Moore, another one I think is good. It's not like I'm giving away any of the people in my Dynasty League. I'm not giving anything away if I say I like them now because we've already drafted. I have Javonte Williams on my team. I think he'll be very good. Kyle Trask again, not the pink, as you notice. Rondale Moore once more. Jamar Chase, he was a stud. 4th pick in our Dynasty League. Probably should have been number 1. Elijah Moore. Devontae Smith. Again, nice centering. Amon-Ra St. Brown. This is our Egyptian king. Elijah Moore, upside down. That's the red version. I believe we just saw the not red version. Jalen Waddle, Javonte Williams. This is not a Prizm. It's just the way the illusions works. There's Trevor Lawrence, not a silver Prizm, but still pretty cool Spectra. Kyle Pitts, Elijah Moore, pink. Kyle Pitts, Nico Collins, my buddy at work, loves Michigan. I'll probably give that to him. And then Caleb Farley, that is a Prizm, as you can see on the back. Now, notice how I don't have a bunch of junk I have to sift through. I appreciate that, Panini. Thank you. Could you just make them all like Chronicles? If you're going to buy a draft picks, what did I have? I had Contenders, Prizm, Chronicles, and something else that I burned through already. Chronicles, by far my favorite. I believe you could still get them on the Target app. Sent to you for free shipping if you buy like the 10 or whatever. But probably the only thing I've seen worth $20. I'm measuring interest in what you would like to see if I do a ComC video. I don't do a lot, like quantity-wise, of ComC sales. I will say, so Ravens Invest, I think, does a great job of like explaining what to do on ComC. The one thing I do that's a little bit different is I probably have like $15,000 worth of inventory on ComC. So I'm more of the high, I guess you could say I'm a high roller. I don't want to, brag or anything. But most of my deals are like 5 times the money, and it's kind of ridiculous, some of the stuff. Zach Wilson. But a lot of what I do on ComC is banking, similar to what Ravens Invest does, which I think he does a good job of it, is, hey, if you think someone's going to grow, invest, and then catch them on the upswing. Carlos Basham, Kellen Mond, Rashad Bateman, Jalen Waddle. That is that's a Prism. That's a pink one. Very nice. Rondale Moore. Terrace Marshall. You had 2 Syracuse in a row. Etienne. Trevor Lawrence pink. Very pretty. Number 101. We'll just take that all in. Rondale Moore. Zach Wilson. Najee Harris pink. See the pink up here. Pat Freiermuth. Javonte Williams recon. Trey Lance. Another very pretty card. Another Zach Wilson. Lots of quarterbacks in this one. Kyle Pitts. Terrace Marshall. There's another Trevor Lawrence. Illusion. So I hit is it 2 illusions, Trevor Lawrence, but one is a pink version. It's never a bad thing when you pay $20 for a box and get 2 Trevor Lawrences. And Larry Roundtree. So I am still looking for stuff to send to HGA. I wanted to send a big order to limit my shipping costs. Let's talk about HGA for a little bit. I realize it's kind of late in the show to be talking about it, if you will. But HGA came out with their AI video, and if you were watching it and you understand a little bit about what they were talking about, you understand it's probably about what it's what I expected. It's probably what most people expected, which is it's a computer-aided program for centering, corners, edges, things like that. So when I first started doing my videos, I explained, hey, I've been in manufacturing for a while, about 10 years, and there was technology that should have been doing corners, edges, and centering for a long time. I mean, AutoCAD, you figure you scan something and can measure it. They do that for, if you watch any Investigation Discovery, they also do that for this person's about this tall and I could tell based on this. Well, yeah, you could do that with centering forever. So there was no reason PSA, everyone that loves PSA, was ever doing anything but computer-aided centering grades. And I think what it showed was they were using what we expected. Of course, the haters are going to be like, it wasn't what I expected when I thought AI, because of course they thought it was going to be some computer like from Iron Man that's like, this grade is a 9.5 and this is why. Well, I think most people realistically didn't expect that, but it explains why their grades were what they were. And most of the grades that are inconsistent, they've said, were human error on inputting the wrong scores on the label. So without getting too much into it, if you have questions about HGA's ability to grade, put them in the comments. I'm interested in hearing what people are talking about. But I hear the same argument all the time of, HGA removed all references to AI. No, they didn't. And it takes 2 seconds of being on their website in your order screen that it says we use AI to help us grade. So don't be a purveyor of rumors that are untrue, because it just makes you look dumb. Make sure you do your research on your own. Devontae Smith, Pat Freiermuth, Amon-Ra St. Brown. We got our Egyptian god again. Rashad Bateman, recon. Those are pretty. Tamorian Terry, Rondale Moore. Upside down. We've got a pink of Elijah Molden. Trey Lance. Kenneth Gainwell, Illusions. Jamie Newman, love those selects. Jamar Chase. Michael Carter. I think this is the first one we've seen him today. Jamie Newman. Rondale Moore, pink. Illusions. Nico Collins, silver. Man, my buddy is going to be rolling in Nico silvers. There's another Nico. Micah Parsons, pink. Devontae Smith. Tylan Wallace. and a Trey Lance pink prism. Very cool. But yes, so HGA, exactly what I expected. You're using, if you work in manufacturing and you've ever done radiuses or two vectors, if you will, or two edges that come into a radius, you usually use that with tools that are cutting metal. They have a radius so that they can cut the metal, basically, right? So you have what's called a theoretical sharp, which is what I would have expected they were using to figure out what should a corner look like. The difference is what their computer programming is showing. What's the difference? Typically in manufacturing, we just measure where is the theoretical sharp, which lets you know that if those two lines are where they're supposed to be, or two edges. What they're doing is the computer program that they use is saying the edges should be here, and they either are or they're not, and they're measuring and then giving a grade based on that differentiation. That's awesome. That's exactly what we wanted. Well, most people. I mean, if you're really hell-bent on PSA because PSA gives easy 10s, well, shit, I mean, I can go to a bar and pick up ugly chicks all day long. I mean, don't tell my wife, but I can go to a bar and pick up ugly chicks all the time. It doesn't make me a stud. It just makes me have lower expectations and lower standards than everyone else. So don't hate on HGA. Like, I get having higher standards. Now, don't be the person that doesn't grade at all because your standards are so high. That's ridiculous. Those people that say, I'm quality over quantity. Yeah, that just means you can't do quantity. You don't have the makeup for it. However, at some point, there's going to be a change where people realize that PSA has 10s that are not 10s, or they're not equivalent to HGA 10s. And when people start realizing that, hey, I can buy a card that's an HGA 9.5, send it to PSA for however much they charge and get a 10, and it's a $500 improvement on the value, they're going to buy the HGA cards, which any savvy investor would do. Jalen Waddle, Chris Evans, Terrace Marshall, Rondale Moore. And I think that's the big thing. Jamie Newman, Kylan Hill, Chitarius Tutu Atwell. There's Amon-Ra St. Brown again, the Egyptian receiver. Javian Hawkins. There's a nice Jamar Chase. Again, look at the centering. The centering is freaking nice, and only in Chronicles. Every other thing that I've opened is absolute garbage, Panini, just so you know. Prizms all over the place. It's fat on the left side pretty consistently. Again, you're letting a blind or drunk person cut your cards. Mac Jones should be an auto. Brandon Smith. Of course, the only shitty cards or people that I get are the autos. Brandon Smith. Trey Lance. Najee Harris, pink. No offense, Brandon Smith. You just know Mac Jones. No Najee Harris. That is a Prism, isn't it? No. Illusions Spectra's just like that. Sage Surratt. There's another Mac Jones. Devontae Smith. See, these are gradable, though. Centering-wise and whatnot, they look good. The Jamie Newman. Carlos Basham, and then a Trey Sermon Silver Prism. Very pretty. And that's definitely, I might just send that to go get graded. I think Trey Sermon's going to be a stud. And the surface looks good. Let's look at that together. Woo. It's got to have a good surface if it's going to HGA. Otherwise, they will get you. There's no ugly chick with fries getting you at 230 with HGA. So overall, pretty satisfied with those. Again, I'm open to the conversation on HGA. Again, not a fanboy. There have been things that they haven't done perfect. They're brand new. I want to be realistic. PSA graded my 5 Shaqs. If you watch back in the one of my original videos, I had 5 Shaq Topps rookies, 2, 1 gold and 1 of the base should have been 10s. By no means is there anything wrong with those cards, but they gave me 9s on all 5 of them. And the fact that there's a big enough difference between 3 of them that I thought were legitimate 9s and the 2 that I thought should have been 10s should tell you something, that they're probably doing a little bit of pop control. Again, the problem with that is PSA is like PSA looks, and I hate to say this because I know so many people love it, including some of my friends. PSA is not the hot daughter. HGA is the hot daughter that you should be going after. You're going after her sister, and it's just because you know her sister. You're like, I know what I'm getting when I get PSA. It's a red bordered white label with, pretty standard print. HGA is just too sexy for me. Now, say that in the mirror while you're looking at yourself and ask yourself, how ridiculous does that sound? You don't want HGA because it's too sexy for you? You want PSA because it's the same old shit you've been dealing with? Just think about that next time. If you're only PSA, think about that. Think about what you're saying about yourself. I like a little variety in my life. Variety is the spice of life. And collecting's one thing, but grading with, if you want to collect all of one thing, more power to you. If you want to just try to shoot down everything else because you don't like it, well, that's not the case. You could be attracted to blondes. That doesn't mean only blondes are attractive. It just means you like only blondes. So don't go sitting there, bashing the brunettes or the redheads or the, just even, well, shit, I only went redheads, brunettes, or the jet black haired ladies. They're hot too. You just don't prefer them, and that's okay. You guys stay doing what you're doing. Keep giving me feedback. I love it. I will definitely get more stuff out to HGA. I know the HGA videos are more popular. And keep drinking. Drink and wax responsibly. Don't do what I do and buy $1,000 worth of blasters one night when you're drunk. It happens. It happens. These fingers can't stop. All right. Drink and wax responsibly, and I'll catch you on the next one.